Alright everyone, welcome back to my channel, Baseball Talk with Nick Morgan. So today I'm going to be taking you through every 2019 stat leader through the first half of the Major League Baseball season. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm a huge stat head. I love to know who has the most wins, losses, home runs, the highest batting average, and all that good stuff in Major League Baseball. And I thought I'd compile a list and share specific stat leaders with you guys. And that's what we're doing today in this video. So alongside that, I'm going to be predicting whether some of these guys will be still in the lead for their respective stat by the end of the second half and the regular season's conclusions. So I just thought this would be a cool video for you guys. The All-Star break is pretty much over. I think tonight most teams play their first game of the second half. Last night the Texas Rangers and the Houston Astros played, and actually Lance Lynn got his 12th win for the Rangers. So we're going to talk about him. He's actually the league leader in wins, but we'll get to that when we get down to the defensive pitching stats. And now we're going to start off with the offensive batting stats. Your batting average leader goes to Jeff McNeil of the New York Mets. In the first half, he was hitting .349, and I think he is going to replicate this going into the second half and the final couple of games for the Major League Baseball season. I think he will be leading by the end of 2019. Now, we know that the Mets aren't going to be making the postseason unless they really turn things around and fire Mickey Callaway. But Jeff McNeil, I'm predicting, will be in this first place spot for this statistic just because he's hitting .349. He's played, I think, at least 70-ish games for the Mets this year. And I could be wrong, don't quote me on that, but hitting .349, it's not like he's only played like 10 games or 15 games. He's got a lot of experience in 2019. He's been one of the best offensive guys for the Mets, and I think he's just going to be able to carry that through the second half. He was an all-star, and I'm excited to see what he can do. I mean, the Squirrel is his nickname. He's amazing. So going over to home runs, this guy is not a surprise. Christian Yelich has been on a complete tear in 2019 with 31 home runs, which leads Major League Baseball. Now, unfortunately, he was unable to participate in the home run derby because of an injury, but he was scheduled to be the #1 seed. Now, who knows if he would have beat Pete Alonso or just Vladimir Guerrero Jr. for that matter in the home run derby, but in the regular season, this guy has hit the most home runs. Pete Alonso is actually right behind him with 30. But I'm excited to see what Christian Yelich can do. This is actually kind of tight. He could hit about 60 home runs by the end of 2019, but Pete Alonso could also take the lead of this stat away from him. He's only one behind, and Alonso just won the home run derby. So if that doesn't completely drain him, he's going to have a lot of power stored up, and he's going to be looking for this title by the end of 2019. Going to RBIs, you have none other than the Pittsburgh Pirates' Josh Bell, who actually was in the home run derby. But in the regular season for the Pirates, he has 84 RBIs, which is the most in all Major League Baseball. I think this probably could stay the same. It could change, though, too, if we have some guys who really break out in the second half, like Christian Yelich did last year. Your stolen base leaders actually Adalberto Mondesi of the Kansas City Royals with 28 stolen bases. I think this guy has it in the bag. I don't know how many attempts he has and how many times he's been caught out, but this guy is amazing. He's definitely known for his speed, and I think he will maintain this lead for the stolen base statistic through the rest of 2019. Your run leader is Mookie Betts of the Boston Red Sox. He has scored 77 runs in 2019, and though the Red Sox are in third place in their division, not really the best team that they could be after their reigning World Series championship, Mookie Betts has been a great player for years, and it's not his best season, but it's not his worst either. I think he'll be able to get on base much like he did in the first half a lot and very frequently, and he'll be able to score a lot of runs, and he'll probably keep that lead as well. So now we're going to the on-base percentage and slugging percentage, and respectively you have Mike Trout, the best player in baseball, and Christian Yelich. Now the on-base percentage leader, Trout, has a .453 on-base percentage, and your slugging percentage, or your SLG percentage, is Christian Yelich with a .707. And I mean, Yelich combined with his 31 home runs and his .707 slugging is just insane. And he's definitely trying to help the Brewers get to a postseason berth, whether it's the wild card or they actually come back and get their division. So now we have the hit leader, and this is actually another Kansas City Royal, Whit Merrifield, and he has 117 hits, which is actually going to lead Major League Baseball so far within the first 80-plus games that we have played. And that's actually really cool. I mean, Whit Merrifield, I believe, has had his name in the leaderboard spot in recent years for hits. This guy is just amazing. He's actually very underrated for the Royals. He's a good second baseman. And if he ever gets traded, I think he'll become a lot more known and a lot more popular with a better team. Our final offensive stat is going to be Mike Trout again with 76 walks. Now, if you're an American League pitcher facing Trout, or just anyone facing Trout, you really want to be careful. This guy can hit for power. He can go for extra base hits. He's got some pretty decent speed as well. All over, he's a 5-tool player. Mike Trout is amazing, so you're really trying to walk him either intentionally or just you're not trying to throw in the zone where he can hit it out potentially. So he does have 76 walks accumulated in 2019, in the first half at least, and I think he'll be the walk leader at the end of 2019. He could hit probably well over 120 walks. So now we're going to start with the pitching statistics here, and the ERA guy is probably going to be one of the biggest surprises for me personally, other than Lance Lynn, who we're going to talk about again in just a couple of moments. But Hyunjin Ryu of the Los Angeles Dodgers has a 1.73 ERA. Now, if you think of Dodgers pitchers, you think of Clayton Kershaw as the ace. He just lost the All-Star game and had a 9.00 ERA, so definitely not his best performance. We've seen better years for Clayton Kershaw in the past. It's not his worst year, not his best year, much like Mookie Betts when we talked about him a couple minutes ago. But, yeah, Hyunjin Ryu, I definitely think with a 1.73 ERA will be an NL Cy Young candidate. I think he'll probably win that as well. And it's just really cool for the Dodgers. I mean, they're looking for this World Series win. They're definitely going to make it. At least I'm thinking they're definitely going to make it. They have the best record in Major League Baseball. And they're just, players are insane. So I'm excited to see what the Dodgers do in the second half. And I'm hoping for a Yankees-Dodgers World Series. Now here we go. Lance Lynn of the Texas Rangers has the most wins in Major League Baseball at the moment, pitching-wise, with 12. He just secured his 12th win last night against the Astros, and he's been all over the place. He's been with the Cardinals, the Yankees, I think a couple other teams as well. And he's a little bit older, but with 12 wins through the first half, he is the league leader. I'm pretty sure Lucas Giolito of the Chicago White Sox has 11, and then a couple other guys. One notable from that list, Domingo Germán, has 10, and they're tied with 10. So this could be a close one. Hyunjin Ryu, again with 1.73 ERA, he should lead it. But Lance Lynn, by the end of 2019, he could be tied, he could be second, he could be third for the most wins, even though right now he is leading with 12 through the first half. Now, Max Scherzer, he is an amazing pitcher, one of the best pitchers in Major League Baseball at the moment. He has 181 strikeouts, which is going to lead Major League Baseball. This guy has hit 200 strikeouts at least, I think, for the past couple of seasons, and he's on track to do it easily again. I'm really excited to see this guy. I mean, the Washington Nationals aren't the best team. They haven't been as good as people wanted them or thought they were going to be, but especially after losing Bryce Harper, it's been a little bit of a decline for this team. They are in second place for the division, though, a half game above the Phillies and a couple games back of the Braves. I think it's 6 games back. So going into the second half, they do have a chance of making the wild card if they can keep up this first half and really edge over the Philadelphia Phillies. So now we have Kirby Yates, who has 30 saves in Major League Baseball. He's going to be leading that statistic. Guys like Aroldis Chapman only has 24, and I think Brad Hand is tied with a couple other guys for 23 saves. So at the moment, Kirby Yates has a pretty nice lead with 30 saves, and I think he'll be able to maintain this. And for the San Diego Padres, he's been amazing. He's really helped them secure some extra wins, even though the Padres aren't the best team. Hopefully in a couple of years to come, if Kirby Yates is still on that team, Manny Machado, Fernando Tatis Jr., Eric Hosmer, and Will Myers, they should be a pretty good team in years to come. Now you have Trevor Bauer, who has 132 innings pitched. He has the most innings pitched in all of Major League Baseball, and there are actually some trade rumors going around with him. The Yankees supposedly have been interested in him, and if that is the case and the Yankees get him via the Indians and a trade, that would be crazy. But we're right now just celebrating Trevor Bauer because he has the most innings pitched out of all pitchers in Major League Baseball right now. And again, that is 132 innings. Aaron Sanchez of the Toronto Blue Jays has the most losses in 2019 with 12. I don't know how many wins he has, but, you got to think of the starts that he has and 12 losses. So he definitely has a lot more wins than losses. And will he be able to keep this up? And, this is actually a pretty bad stat, but will he be the one with the most losses in 2019 at the end of the day? Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. Now, Justin Verlander has the best whip in Major League Baseball with a .81. Now, if you guys don't know, whip is better the lower it is. So, Justin Verlander leads that category in Major League Baseball with a whip of .81. But he also leads Major League Baseball pitchers with the most home runs surrendered, being 26. He's given up 26 home runs, but his whip, which is wins, hits, and innings pitched, is the lowest in Major League Baseball. So, it's kind of cool there just to see him. And a lot of people have said this over the years, but Justin Verlander is like a fine wine. He is better as he ages. And as he gets older, he just seems to be a better and better pitcher. So that's just really cool to see. And with that statistic, that is going to be the end of this video. Guys, if you enjoyed it, don't forget to drop a like down below, comment, and subscribe. We are on our way to 1,000 subscribers. So definitely hit that sub button if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll see you all next time. Peace.